are now live officially, so welcome one and all. Just waiting for us to be live on all the platforms. Then I'll get the intro credits going whilst I do my mandatory check. So welcome to the Slam Jam Championship Wrestling Show here on the Extreme Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel, as well as the Slam Jam YouTube channel. And let us go to the intros.
Oh, well, yeah. It's the Slam Jam Show. Yes, the Slam Jam Show. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's the Slam Jam Show. What you gonna do? You dig that? You think you know me? It's the Slam Jam Show. Bang, bang your neck, slap it and you woo. Wanna rush? It's the Slam Jam Show. Get complicated, but have a nice day. We're in the ring, it's the Slam Jam Show. With Demon Corey, David, yeah, baby. DJ Assadie, get the table. If you don't like it, we got two ways for you. Slam Jam, feel the power, feel the roar. Slam Jam, it's the smackdown you've been waiting for. You can't see if Chico, you'll be serving hot taco. Yes, Slam Jam, and that's the bottom line. And count it the Slam Jam Wrestling Show. We're live, well, it's the big show.
Yes, it is a big show indeed. Now, I think that was enough for me to do my checks, but I realise I also need to just check to hear if I can be heard in case it's a microphone issue. So I will check that in a second, but it does say that my health is excellent, but I think that means the stream's health rather than me specifically. So we'll just check, fingers crossed. Almost caught up. It shows what a delay there is here, guys. Let's see it. So can I be heard? I can be heard. Guys, can you just start... KD, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. Can you hear this beautiful voice that is definitely not audibly disabled?
Okay, Dave, say hello to the people.
Hello, can you hear my beautiful voice?
Okay, good. So look, this time delay is insane. Let's see if I can skip it on. So 1 second, guys. We're almost there. Oh, we're there.
Hello to the people. Can you hear this?
There we go. Katie, you can be heard.
Coming through beautifully.
Dave, say hello to the people.
Hello, can you hear my beautiful voice?
It was a beautiful voice. So there we go.
It was.
We are working. We are live on all the platforms. So yes, welcome to the Slam Jam Championship Wrestling Show. There's a lot going on in the world of wrestling. We didn't have a show last week for reasons, but we can go over any of the things that still feel relevant to go over because the world of professional wrestling moves so fast. Obviously, Goldberg is the new world champion. Hangman failed to win the championship and live his dream. The women's pay-per-view was cancelled, much to Dave's annoyance.
Glee.
Sorry.
Your Glee.
My Glee? No, not at all. But in the real world, so Undertaker, I saw just a clip from last night. It's not going to lead to a match, obviously. He's just choke slamming talent. Oh, here comes Sarah Jeet. But anyway, we've got a lot to react to.
Could you do an LFG match though?
An LF, yeah. Well, so Undertaker's now just going to be like the mentor. It won't be Undertaker having the match himself.
He's the under trainer.
He is the I haven't heard that before. So yeah. Sarah Jeet, can you hear us? Oh, that is ominous. That is ominous.
Oh, that's
Either a ghost or you better have clothes on. Oh, okay.
Hey, I was so hoping it was going to be that then.
Okay. Oh, 1 second. Let's get some fireflies going.
I think somebody needs to remind the Fiend to eat, though, I think.
Okay, good. So I'm glad... I wonder how long you've been waiting to do this. There we go. Excellent.
For our
since
audio
comic-
listeners,
ever
they have
since
no
comic
clue what's
con.
happening.
Any audio listeners? So Sarajit has appeared. He's wearing his full fiend costume.
It looks
is he?
awesome, to be fair. That
Yeah.
looks quite cool.
Lights are off.
Let me turn on the light. Let me turn on the light.
Okay, good. And the illusion is gone. Right. Okay. So, guys. So, yeah. What are we going to react to? We're hurtling towards SummerSlam. We can react to the pay-per-views from a week ago. Just some of the stuff going on. What's on your mind, guys?
I was going to suggest that we talk very quickly because you touched on it a moment ago with The Undertaker and Trick Williams from NXT last night. And over the weekend, we had TNA Slammiversary,
Yes.
in which we basically had, aside from Leon Slater becoming the youngest X Division champion of all time, British champion as well, I should point out. Well done, Leon. But apart from that, the show seemed to be riddled with like results that were very WWE NXT heavy, with JCJ and Trick Williams becoming like the TNA champions and well, not Trick retaining, sorry.
Yeah.
And also with the added notion of them really missing an own goal with having Mike Santana winning in New York, which would have been a massive feel-good moment. And it seems like TNA, as you've said in the chat group before, TNA gonna TNA.
Yeah.
And
Do you know? I saw a quote from him
And-
saying that he felt the energy sucked out the room.
Yeah.
It's very strange. But also on top of that, you also had the Hardys becoming champions again in the ladder match, and that being followed up. I didn't see it, but apparently Bully Ray came out and they're going to tease a 3D and Hardy boys.
Yeah.
Bound for
match.
Glory.
And they've had that on top of that, on top of NXT sort of coming out on top of the TNA sort of matchups, and as least when the titles are concerned, and Undertaker choke slamming Trick Williams. It's like you're building these new talents up to just lose to the older guys or the veterans or the retirees, and apparently you just go back 30 years.
Well, Stacey Jane and Mia Slamovich even like announced far ahead because I didn't even know about that until tonight.
Yeah, it was announced before Evolution, but they were going to obviously see who the champion was going into it. But it was advertised very briefly as a title match.
Oh, I'll shut my mouth in that case.
No, but that's the thing. It was so
No.
It wasn't publicised that well and wasn't built up.
Yeah.
With very much notion apart from Jason James turning up on Impact a few times, which in hindsight should have alerted us to the fact that she would have been retaining Evolution.
Yeah.
It's still interesting to see where they're going with the whole TNA thing, because one of the the biggest thing that came out of that for me, because I saw a ton of highlights of it, but I didn't watch it as a live show kind of thing, was just that they brought out AJ Styles. He came out, when I heard that he's coming out to his TNA theme, right? I don't know if you guys remember, his original TNA theme was much better than the one that they always go to nowadays. I much prefer the original version.
I think that's a right thing. That original one is just
I am. Well, it might be a rights thing, but because the more recent one samples it, doesn't it? Get ready to fly, and it's still you are. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a different version. You're right, though. It is something different about it.
Yeah.
Probably covered
but
by
at least AJ came out to put over Leon Slater and really talk up the X Division and really put him over. At least they actually used him correctly.
Well, okay, then that's what's so interesting, because apparently that was a last-minute decision, and they were going to have him come out, do something with Kazarian, and they were like, we don't want to tease a match we're not going to deliver on. And so where it sounds like the thing that they ended up doing right was only because they were doing something wrong by not going down that path.
Yeah.
But
They do quite good at doing stuff by accident.
Do you know, the interesting thing, though, like, AJ coming out and it apparently not going to lead anywhere, I'd be surprised if it led nowhere, because they didn't announce that AJ was going in the TNA Hall of Fame or anything, did they?
No.
It wouldn't surprise me if they don't want to go that way. Maybe they just brought it out for Slammiversary. But, sorry, go on here.
No, I was just going to say, Andy did... the crowd were chanting one more match, weren't they? And he did acknowledge that, but then just kind of said like he'd go back to it and never went back to it after talking about Leon.
Yeah. So I don't know. It just feels like they could do something more there. Like they did when they announced the TNA WWE partnership. It was very much with NXT, and so them having AJ on this show, obviously he's a main eventer. Joe Hendry sneaking into a WrestleMania match obviously wasn't the plan. So that they have like broken the NXT side of things a couple of times already. But I think depending how well it goes, what's either going to end up happening is that they will do a bigger WWE versus TNA kind of angle. Or they'll be like, oh, TNA's getting too big. They're suddenly going to squash it and they'll bin them off and ignore them again.
Probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's it's what's happened before with other companies.
It'd be quite cool. I don't know if I see it happening, but it'd be interesting if they did at Survivor Series a little, NXT versus TNA match. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, they could do that. Yeah, and
they won't.
Could, that would be awesome if they did that, and it was a traditional Survivor Series match, because that would almost make sense for why they could do that. And it feel like, oh, we've got War Games. Imagine if they suddenly decide War Games is going to be NXT versus TNA. That would surprise everyone. But Sarajit, what's on your mind in the world of wrestling, Sarajit? We haven't heard from you yet.
I don't know who's more benefiting from this TNA and WWE. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're a bit quiet. The closer you get, the louder you are.
I'm a little bit confused about who is benefiting more from this partnership, because it seems that top 2 championship of TNA has now moved to WWE. Both the World Championship and the Women's Championship is now in NXT.
Yeah. Oh no! Look at the audience that TNA had for Slammiversary, and how they were like, rightly or wrongly, AEW obviously just did a stadium, but then the arena they've been doing this last week has been that weird, I don't know, like medieval dinner theatre place, right? Yeah. So people unfairly are comparing Slammiversary, which is TNA's second biggest show of the year, to what AEW doing, and it's just a case that TNA are definitely doing well at the moment. They definitely have been, because TNA arguably have been doing. It's weird. Like I stuck with TNA for so long, but I've just fallen away from it properly in recent years. But for years, you can go back like pre-pandemic when they still had like the whole Matt Hardy thing with the delete and stuff like this, and. Before it all went wrong with Tessa Blanchard, her being the first woman to win a men's world title thing, they were getting like tons of publicity over like multiple angles. Yeah. Now, obviously, with Joe Hendry, and the Joe Hendry thing is before the WWE deal. So, and now the WWE deal just means that there's more and more things where like TNA are doing well. So I don't think it hurts them. Necessarily,
it's just where that end goal is going. What the end goal is at the end of the day? Is it going to be an NXT versus TNA pay-per-view? Is it going to be? This is going to be like a big. It's going to be like what's the big TNA pay-per-view called again? Bound for Glory. Isn't it? Yeah. If they do something there where Trick loses to Santana or whoever it might be, or Jesse Chain loses, they'll lose their titles on a TNA show. I would hope. Because they just lost them on an NXT show, it's not going to have the same impact. But I think I saw someone write on a Discord I'm part of, and they said that you had this chance. Go back to my point earlier. They had this chance to crown new champion in New York, his hometown crowd in Mike Santana, and that's not going to have the same effect when they do Bound for Glory, which is going to be. I don't know, something like Iowa or something like that. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's not going to be the same. Not going to be the same sort of crowd. Not have the same ripple of noise and effect.
It's October though. It could be a whole different. That'd be a long time to keep it for Santana, wouldn't it? Really.
So Bound for Glory is October. They did announce that they want it to be the Hardys versus Team 3D. Why they can't use the Dudleys now? Come on, use the Dudleys.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Come on, right? Versus Team 3D one last time. I don't know why WWE wouldn't want to book that themselves, but I think there is a motive here, which again it comes back down. Look, WWE's relationship or positioning to AEW is increasingly interesting, just for the fact that they do continually counter program their shows, and it's been said a lot, but it feels like WWE are using TNA to make TNA the number 2 promotion, just so that AEW becomes, people have got less time for it, and that's their attack on AEW really, is to not, just like NXT was put up against, they didn't move Raw to Wednesday nights. That, you know, NXT was suddenly put onto 2 hours and against AEW on television, and that seemingly didn't work. And they're like, well, we don't want to take the hit. We'll just make it so TNA becomes a focal point for any extra hours people have got to watch wrestling.
Smart. I never thought about that, actually. That's actually quite smart by them as well.
They should, like, if WWE was serious about it, they should do deals with like OVW, like NWA, like just bump AEW all the way down the list. You know, by
if it was working,
you got
if it was working, it'd be smart. But I don't think it is. I think AEW is holding very steadily and firm on that number 2 position. So I thought, yeah, as long as that pay per view was, or as All In I'm talking about, as long as that was, and it was long, it was still a good show. It arguably wasn't the best show of the weekend. Evolution might have been the better show overall.
Yeah.
But it was still a good show, and I think it was it kept AEW in that number 2 position without a doubt. In my mind.
I don't think WWE can actually do something to effectively take AEW out of that position, just because they'll always have more money, and there will always be around 1 million people that will just watch everything. So even if somehow, like, because did you see the thing with Eric Bischoff saying about TNA just need to get the right TV deal? I don't even know if they're looking for a TV deal. If they do get the right TV deal, then it could be that they get higher ratings. But I still think even if TNA gets 1 million viewers on a network in America, AEW will still get what they're getting now. I just think there's that many wrestling fans that will watch everything.
Yeah, you just DVR it as well, weren't you? And they still go on the ratings, I think. So as long as it's a day, as long as you watch it within a day, I think, for them Nielsen ratings, I think it is.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how it works out there. Like,
I think so. It's completely different for the Netflix ones. Or the Netflix ones, like Nielsen do like either the next day or the next few days. Yeah, but Netflix do like I think a month, something like that.
Like so 6 years plus, you know. They're still getting the ratings, you know, from the debut.
And they only put out the ones they want as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's backtrack. Let's not spend forever on it, because there was 1 million shows a week ago. But obviously we've just been speaking about Slammiversary, which we can touch back on upon if there are other points that we haven't particularly covered. But we had Evolution, we had All In, we had Saturday night's main event, and we had the Great American Bash. I think I didn't see the NXT show rather at all.
Same.
I scanned through what I wanted to see of All In. I saw Evolution, and I scanned through what I wanted to see of Saturday night's main event. But to be honest, scanning through that show means you end up seeing the whole show, because there's just so much in between.
Can I ask you guys' opinion on the whole Seth Rollins injury and all that? Like, how do you feel about it? Because I think I know how I feel. Yeah, whether it was a work or a shoot. Like, when I first saw it, I thought it was a shoot straight away. But the thing that makes me think it might be a work now is just the fact that somehow that match apparently ended short. So they should have had more time. But then somehow, by the end of the night, they were too short for Goldberg's speech. I don't understand how that happens, because it was the next match.
That's a good point. Well, mate, they definitely lost a little bit of time with Seth sat there referees, Heyman speaking to him, but it wasn't long. They made a fairly quick decision, and then he just ran in for a finish where LA Knight got the win. So that's an interesting thought I hadn't thought of at all. I think if it is a work, like, what are they doing with it? And it could be one of a couple of things. It could be that they're going to somehow, because Paul Heyman's still coming out with a briefcase. It could be that somehow they're going to say that Paul Heyman does his magic and then one of his clientele gets to use the briefcase to cash in legally somehow, and then you don't know who's going to cash in and take something. Or it'll be that they want to have Seth come back at the Royal Rumble. At SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, yeah. I think that I think if he doesn't come back at SummerSlam, then I might be a bit more persuaded that it's shoot. Because I've also heard the idea that it was just a legitimate, like, technical mistake for the whole Goldberg getting cut off, because he did cut off very weirdly, didn't he? Because it went off and then he came back on at the end, which was really strange. I've never seen that on WWE, not on Netflix anyway.
Well, it wasn't on Netflix though, was it? It was.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
it was on YouTube. Like, so obviously, however.
No, it was on Peacock.
Oh, you watched it on Peacock?
No, I didn't watch it on Peacock, but that's...
Oh yeah,
was it on YouTube or this?
Yeah, in the UK you can watch whenever they do Saturday night's main event. They, like, Netflix don't have the rights to it. You can watch it on YouTube.
I didn't realize it was on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Okay, damn. Okay, yeah, I'll remember that next time. Thank you.
Anyone else other takes on the Seth situation? Dave, what are you drinking? Like an apple martini.
Yeah, my wife and I are going to watch the Germany-Spain Euro match at 8, and we've been quite getting into the Euros Cup, so we bought some cocktails earlier today, and she said to me, I want you to drink your apple sour martini on the show and see if anyone notices. And for one sip, immediately noticed.
It's such an unusual sight, isn't it? Like, no, that's awesome. Is it good?
Oh yeah. So Saturday night's main event, guys. What are we doing?
Yeah. Well, okay. If we're gonna go for this, then
no, I didn't. I skimmed through a lot of Saturday night's main event. As it said, no, I think I was just more surprised at the fact that, because the only thing that whole day, the only thing I wanted to know was the Goldberg result. That's all I really wanted to know first thing in the morning. So I just skipped straight to that bit and then saw it was like 20 minutes from his entrance. I was like, oh no, we're not gonna have a 3-minute match, are we? We're gonna just have a back and forth one, which we did. But yeah, I didn't actually see all the sort of like stuff that had happened there. I just it was just another one of those shows though. Overall, I thought it was just, if it hadn't been for that that match happening, what really would have been the point of this show?
Yeah,
it was had Jimmy Uso and Solo in a nothing match, and I can't even remember what the opening was. Oh, Orton and Drew just to set up this tag match involving Jelly Roll or whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's really.
The only thing I'm liking in the Jelly Roll scenario was it gave the opportunity for Logan Paul to very passionate be like, we don't want outsiders coming into our business. Yeah. That's a nice idea. That's a nice idea for him to say that.
You see the footage from the talk show that Jelly Roll's guest hosting.
Yeah. I kind of cringe at that, to be honest. Like, I feel like a sense of like the embarrassment when wrestlers do wrestling on a non-wrestling thing to a non-wrestling interested crowd. It just doesn't it doesn't feel like it makes sense to me. It feels like they're embarrassing themselves to people that won't appreciate it.
It's not going to convert people.
Especially when, as well, the two Jelly Roll and Logan Paul made it look better than the actual wrestlers. Yeah. Sorry, Savage, go ahead though.
Since we're doing a wrestling podcast, and someone just named Logan Paul, and Dave's been having a martini. Let me add something to it.
Where are you going with this, Sarge?
What was the link between me and the martini and Logan Paul?
I don't know. Oh, guys, I feel like we should disappear before he gets back. Can we do this?
Too late.
Oh, Dave. Oh,
no.
there you go. What flavour is that, Sarajit?
That's Meta Moon flavor.
Bitter Moon.
Meta Moon.
Meta Moon. What the hell flavour is that? What does it
I have
taste
no
like?
idea.
It tastes like some kind of fruit, but I just can't put my finger on it. What kind of fruit it is?
Like Logan
To reduce
Paul's
sex-
jizz. It's
kind of
Logan
food.
Paul's jizz flavour. Look at the colour of this thing.
I love
Yeah,
that. It tastes
it
like
is.
some kind of food.
Yeah.
Candy fruit flavor.
What?
Coconut in it.
It says candy fruit flavor.
Candy fruit flavour.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I refuse to buy a bottle of Prime. I just saw them in the shop.
Well, like, I
only ever see it in a
I don't
reduced
think
style
they're
now.
meant to be, it's
Great.
like an energy drink. They're like not really meant to be that good for you. Well, they're not for me.
That one wasn't. That was the hydration one that Sarajit had.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's from UK.
Okay.
It's from UK.
Sarajit, have you got like a sponsorship going on? What is this?
No.
Right.
Recently, my local store started selling this at a very cheap price.
Yeah.
I mean, when
Makes
it
sense.
first
Imagine
launched
what?
last year in India, it was like almost 1600 INR to 2000 INR. Now it's come down to 300, 200 INR.
Wow. That is quite a reduction. I have no idea what that is in actual money, but it
I
sounds
don't know
like
what
a
it
big
is,
reduction.
Actual money.
Well, I don't know.
Actual money.
Okay, I'll give you 300
Sounds like
INR
about the same reduction.
is like 3 GBP.
Okay. £3?
Yeah.
That costs
Oh,
£3?
wow. So hold on, you were saying that when it was first on sale, it was
this one was
£20.
Jesus. Well,
Damn.
It was
anyway,
£20 when it was
Well,
first out.
import as well, I guess. Though import. So.
yeah. I don't know if they still make Umbungo, but that's what I'd have rather than that.
Oh.
So when it was 1600 INR, it's like 16 pounds.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, anyway,
That's
coming back to
great.
professional wrestling. So, look, the Jimmy Uso solo match, to me, it was like Jimmy Uso is the Jannetty now, like officially. He's the official
Yeah.
Jannetty, and so this is we'll occasionally throw him a bone as if he's going to be relevant, which he probably won't ever be. He'll never be a world champion. In about 3 years' time, when he's never been US champion, they'll give him a US title. And that's about it.
What are these groups
He'll
named
tag team
meant to
again.
be? The MFTs. What is that meant to stand?
My family
My
tree.
family tree.
Yeah.
My family.
Is that what it is?
Don't know what that means.
I just thought they really liked the sound of MJF or I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it
Yeah,
looks like
because-
the MJF logo as well.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks like it.
Yeah.
It's possibly that could possibly be one of the worst stables I've ever seen. That group. Seriously, Solo is Solo is Solo. He's like you either like him or don't. I think he's not really he's a bit of a Marmite wrestler.
Yeah.
He's entertaining
Jeff-
now.
Jeff Cobb is a great wrestler. JT Mateo is not. This is real weird.
Yeah.
And
I see.
Taller Tonga and Tonga Loa. I mean, Tola's not even had a match yet on there. I mean, he's just the henchman thing. We all know what Tonga Loa is like. And I've said this in the group chat. Is Tama Tonga coming back to that group, or is he going to join?
I think he has to come
Jake?
back to that group. I don't think it would make sense. He could go to Jacob's side, but I almost feel like what would be the point of it? I just feel.
I tell you what, because he's over with the yeah chant.
Well, yeah, Tongaloa is over in the fact that people are fascinated by him. You know, they're just.
I've never heard somebody say Tonga Low is over before.
He is
I've
over.
never-
Like people love that guy. He's hilarious. But yeah, like to me, this is the version of the NWO that was run, like headed by Scott Norton or Virgil. That's where.
B-team.
Yeah, exactly. Or yeah, was that the Bo Dallas group, or the Job Squad? This is this realm of.
social outcasts.
Yeah, or
Social
what was the what do you remember when the
Social
Nexus?
outcast.
The Nexus became like they renamed
Core.
themselves.
Core.
The core. Yeah, that didn't work.
With a really awesome T-shirt that was just like diagonal letters,
Yeah,
red diagonal block letters.
Yeah,
that core.
Really cool.
yeah. There's been some bad factions, but I think it's you get some bad factions, but when you get like a faction that was good, that evolves into like a new version and the new iteration just doesn't. Like, okay, let me ask you this: the Four Horsemen. Was there ever a bad version of the Four Horsemen?
Yes.
Which version?
The one with Paul Roma in it.
That was the first version I ever saw when I was watching it. So I probably have just got the nostalgia about it.
Mm.
I don't really have nostalgia for that, really. I was kind of...
Who else? So that would have been Flair, Anderson, Roman. Who was the fourth at that time?
Oh, I can't remember. Wyndham, maybe? No.
I was thinking it could be Wyndham, but no. Okay.
I can't remember. I just remember. I just remember Ric Flair being asked who like what his favourite like version of Horseman was, and he went one with Roma in it. Who the hell was Paul Roma? It was why the hell was he asked? It wasn't his choice.
Yeah. I tell you what, like, you know, and this obviously Steve McMichael died, you know, not that long ago. That version, like, you know, you see all of the clips, especially on like Botchamania stuff, anything with Steve McMichael. I never had a problem with it at all at the time, right? But that version, because that was like the Benoit coming into the Four Horsemen kind of era. You know, there was like, you'd occasionally have a dud person in it. But I think every time you had the Four Horsemen, it was good, generally speaking. But anyway, I digress. Anything else from the last weekend's pay-per-views or big shows? All in, any particular thoughts or things you want to cover?
Oh,
Did you see the screenshot of the guy that was on Twitter? There was something like it was one of those things of if wrestling is fake, then explain this, and it was the shot of Hangman using the fork on Moxley's head and blatantly like coming out of it, and the screenshot of the reply going, oh, he's got like a pen thing that plants like the stuff in there. It's like fake blood, blah blah blah, fake, all this sort of stuff, and it's like, dude, watch the actual clip. Look at it. It's clearly not.
Yeah.
It's clearly,
and it was.
Yeah, I thought it was. I
Okay.
think I mentioned earlier. It was the whole show though was I enjoyed. I couldn't get through it in one go. I had to like watch it in stages.
Yeah,
same. Yeah.
But there was some fun. You know, when it was good, it was really good. I really enjoyed the main event. I really enjoyed. I enjoyed both casino matches. Actually, I thought they were both well done. And really enjoyed Bucks versus Swerve and Ospreay. That was a very very good. Sprint through of just like mad spots and everything, and I think the story culmination of everything in the main event made sense as well. And Mercedes and Tony were great as well.
My god, that spot! Like, do they have no concept about like going too far with certain things with Tony Storm? I won't even say on the show the biting incident. Like, yeah,
Was
like
it now?
do you not know?
I can't actually remember what that was.
It was like a tombstone where Tony Storm like got Mercedes like this, and she looks down and she just like literally bites her.
I need to find that clip.
Right.
I missed that.
Yeah, but anyway,
I think AEW uploaded a very clear angle of that clip, and I think it on Instagram, and it became one of their most viewed clips on Instagram.
Oh yeah, okay. What's the thing about this? That there's the clip of it on Instagram where it says the watch time, and it's like 4-second clip, and it had been watched for the time equivalent of 3 days. Like,
it's
how many people are watching that on loop? Yeah,
I get it.
Although, to be fair, okay, here's a prediction. You could have one. Look, if I got this 5-second clip here, and I just like left it on, and it just plays on a loop. If that played continuously for 3 days, would that not give you 3 days watch time? Or maybe they don't count it. Like if
I think it also adds up the number of people watching.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the unique ones maybe.
Yeah, it's something like they've been watching for 3 days. Just means the amount of people have watched it for that. And
wow,
times
that's
it it's 3 days of
yeah.
If everyone who watched it in succession of each other, it would take 3 days to get from one to the other.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
I'll tell you what I was very pleased about. I was very pleased that Dustin Rhodes won the TNT Championship. Because obviously, as we were discussing on the previous show, he wasn't in a TNT Championship match. But the bad news is Adam Cole's career is very much up in the air.
Yeah, I feel a bit bad about my comments on the show now.
I forget specifically what they were. Was it about Cole or?
I was about Cole saying he was a bit of a nothing champion and just was getting a bit bored of it.
You're probably right though. In that case,
There was.
And I was like, didn't want anything bad to happen to him. Yeah.
It was a couple of months ago where there was the thing where he got power bombed like on the side of his head, and people are saying it was because of that, or there was some other thing, but I didn't see what this other thing was.
It was Kyle Fletcher both times.
Was it?
Yeah, it was exacerbated by a match they'd done in the run up to it on the collision in the week leading up to it. I think that's what exacerbated the injury.
The labius, just like they're saying anyway.
It comes again down to like what moves are smart to do and stuff like that. Because obviously, if you a power bomb, like, is a dangerous move in itself. I think it was a power bomb that D'Lo did to Droz when that accident happened.
Yeah,
power bomb can be super dangerous. It was a buckle bomb with Seth and Sting, and this is a power bomb. Well, I don't think it was. Was it meant to be that? Like the back of his shoulders hit the apron and he just caught the back of his head, or, but like
a bit short.
Yeah, it's just like there are certain moves where it's like if the impact area is going to be the back of your head or like the back of your neck, don't do more
Even
extreme
Whiplash
versions.
can give you
Exactly, man. Yeah, just don't do more extreme versions of them because if this is the end of the career for Adam Cole, it'll be an awful shame. He can't even be that old. He's got to be mid-30s.
Yeah,
like, he's not been around. Well, he's been around a while, but you know what I mean. He's been like, he was. He's always looked like a 12-year-old. But let's look up how old he is. Adam Cole.
When I first started. He is 36.
36. There you go.
Okay.
Sarah, if you're getting into an Adam Cole costume right now, we'll never forgive you. Right.
I mean, I'll still do the chant though.
Yeah. Fun fact: I saw Adam Cole first time like years ago. He was on an all-star tour in Britain, in my local theatre in Southend, and he was. I hadn't heard of him before, but he was part of an 8-man tag match. Opposing him, among others, was Gangrel. His team all came out to his WWF music. It's brilliant. And this is like 2010 or something like that, I think. Yeah. So he's already getting a name for himself in the US Indies. I hadn't heard of him before, but he was part of the Good Guy team, which was Team UK. So he had to pretend to be British. We hear him, but just the way he was like moving and bumping and doing some of his stuff, I was thinking, I don't think this guy's British. He seems that he's got very American style about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was very good in the actual match, but it was one of those things like, okay, I remember this guy. And then like a few weeks later, I see him on a match report for a Ring of Honor show or something like that. I'm like, oh, there he is. That's the guy he's talking about.
I've just thought of something great to bring up actually from Slammiversary the other day, the ladder match. Did you see? There's been another flop dollar.
Oh my God! Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, that was an epic.
I can't believe it's taken us this long to get to that bit.
Yeah.
What was that, man? I have no idea what he was trying to do.
I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to land on the rungs or something like that, but he just wasn't. He wasn't prepared to take a back bump, was he?
I don't know if it was that he wasn't prepared to take a back bump. I think it was that was as much as he could do to actually get to the zone of the ladder and not just top rope it. He was probably afraid that it would end up in the ring, or he'd just top rope it, and then he landed it.
Jump like he was jumping out of a plane parachute or something. It was like
it was like Edge jump cage.
His poor partner, I forget his name, but he took a heck of a bump, and no one noticed because everyone was looking at him.
Okay, hang on. Let's see if I can bring this up and put it in slow motion. Oh shit!
What's his partner's name?
Oh, one second. Jesus.
Oh, I'm not sure.
What just happened there? Oh, I'm doing like
Casey Navarro, that was it.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. I've got a different monitor and I can't bring it up full screen easily. So let's bring it up this way.
It's that bit.
there
They just
we go.
see
Look,
it.
so he's there.
Yeah.
If he'd just like put his leg out, he would have gone onto the top rope. But he jumped. What was
Yeah,
his
it's
plan?
so
Navarro
weird.
behind him is doing it perfectly.
Did
knows
he think he
exactly
was
what
going to
he's doing.
land stood on it? But there's no way he would have supported his weight. Oh my god.
Surely, he must have crushed his nuts. I didn't think of that.
Oh my god.
Have you seen the actual like full clip from the broadcast where
face.
it's obviously that they show that clip, but then they show the replay in slow motion. And obviously, it's on the big screens in the crowd, and as they show the replay, that's when everyone in the crowd just goes, "Oh!"
Yeah.
Because they hadn't realised how he'd landed. Some of the people they weren't watching the monitor, watching the big screen.
I remember a lot of laughing as well.
That's insane.
Oh, it's great.
Shit. Oh, that's so good.
All seriousness, AJ Francis, I hope you're okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm
obviously.
sure we'd have heard by now if he wasn't.
Oh god, man, that is a rough bump.
I doff my martini to you, AJ Francis.
Yeah.
He deserves this.
I tell you what though, like between that and his flop moment, he's building up like a little catalogue of like infamous but famous moments, you know.
And bear in mind that flop like led him to then get a diagnosis about diabetes, didn't it?
Did it really?
Yeah, because he said that the reason he flopped like that is because he like lost some sort of feeling in his leg or something like that when he went to do the jump, and so he had a diagnosis, and they found he had diabetes.
Wow.
So it actually saved his life. That flop. So I'm wondering what he's going to discover upon this one. He's going to discover something, another illness of some kind.
Yeah.
Depends what you can think of.
Do you know, something I'll give a little mention to, just because it's been everywhere. Obviously, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. I was very sad to hear that yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's that, like when I saw it come up on like the wrestling news feed on Twitter and stuff like this, I was like, wow, it's every second post. And yeah, he had like a few involvements along the way in WWE. But yeah, sad.
I'd forgotten that completely.
Well, yeah, like obviously after the Osbournes, but even like going back, like there's like some really vintage.
WrestleMania 2.
Yeah, exactly.
He was in the corner of the British Bulldogs.
So.
Oh wow, okay.
It's footage of him like there. And I remember them saying at the time he was not with it. He was very much very, very high and not with it during that entire time.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay. So that must be peak high time for him.
Oh yeah.
At that point.
Even
when I saw him,
I think one of the things like about him is that there was a very long period of that peak high times kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think things only kind of really changed when they had the reality TV show, to be honest, and that just put a different trajectory on a lot of his fame and everything.
Yeah.
Didn't he? Was he and Sharon guest host of Raw one time?
Yeah.
The time they.
Oh yeah, I was, and they had stuff with DX and stuff as well. Okay, hang on, I'm finding all of the appropriate clips there. Like, that is just the lineup, you know. So.
Oh yeah.
That is a 6-man tag match.
cut.
They should have made happen somehow.
No.
But
You think out of anyone though, you'd have had Ozzy like interacting with the Undertaker at some point?
Prince of yeah, my only worry about that is that, like, obviously it can't happen or whatever. Is that I think he'd just be a bit unwieldy, and so you just wouldn't know quite what would happen, and then would it actually take the mystique out of the other? If they did a pre-record,
Yeah.
just like
The real Prince
pre-record
fucking
yeah, exactly. You know, but yeah. Okay, guys, what else do we want to discuss? Anything else from All In particular?
No, I think so.
No.
I was quite impressed with the fact that they actually at All In, like there was no like purposeful blood and not much hardcore at all. Like before the main event, like it was
Yeah.
kind of stuff, you know, like years ago they'd just been doing everything in every match, wouldn't they? Like they're thinking about it like a show now, and you can see the stories running through everything more and more. It's nice. It's like they're just upgrading still. For someone who prefers like the WWE side, like the matches are still very long, like, and the pay-per-views are extremely long, but they're still good.
It wasn't the pay-per-view extra long because Tony was basically saying we're not being bullied by WWE. We're going to be into their shows.
Fair enough. I get it.
So, sorry, what was that? What was the logic?
Well, because obviously the WWE put on the two shows, didn't they? The NXT show and Saturday Night's Main Event, to sort of clash with All In. And I think the idea was that All In would be finished by the time Saturday Night's Main Event started, and Tony went, "No, let's just make everything extra long."
But does that logic work? Because who's gonna actually get to the end of Saturday night's main event and then think, I'm now gonna order this pay-per-view I've missed the first 4 hours of? But who knows?
So need to watch this live rather than watching the other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I think it was on cable, weren't it? Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
also just on that fact, but just coming back, just 'cause I've got open with Dustin here. Apparently, Cody didn't like publicly congratulate Dustin. I think that's taking thing like that. Obviously, that's not going to be a Cody choice. That has to be a WWE choice. And I think that's a little bit of a shame if that is the case.
I mean, it might have just been the case that he just talked to him on the phone because it's his brother, you know. I was finding that weird when
Dustin
family members
congratulated Cody for finishing his story publicly. But
probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not as good of a story though, is it?
Well, apparently it's Dustin's first singles championship since 1999, other than a hardcore title.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Which I find insane. Like, how did he? Like, I guess every time he came back to WWE, like when he was there and doing the stuff with Booker T, and then when he came in, he was tagging with Cody as Stardust or whatever. He never really had a. Oh yeah, and his time in TNA, that's interesting in itself. But like his time in TNA, he seemed like he wasn't doing as well personally. So they weren't putting, they weren't putting titles on him, which is a real shame. Dustin is someone that it feels wrong has never been a world champion. But
yeah.
Who would you say? Okay, here's a question for you guys. Who would you say is the person that has never won a major world title that it feels most wrong that they never won a major world title?
Okay.
There's quite a few, I think, answers that are often said on this one. People like Mr. Perfect or Rick Rude or
classic
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper, yeah.
He was at a point during this, he was hoping that would have been something that they could have done. He was a huge amount of popularity or hatred at the time. That could have easily been a champion.
So, Mr. Perfect though was a AWA world champion, right? And
yes.
Rick Rude. See, the one that annoys me most on that list, because it's always said, but Rick Rude had the big gold belt. He was the WCW International World Heavyweight Champion. And that's just when Ron Simmons had the redesigned WCW Championship when WCW and NWA split apart. Rick Rude ended up with the belt that was the World Championship, but it's kind of completely overlooked.
Yeah,
and he won it like 2 or 3 times, like him and Vader, and I'm trying to think who else. WCW.
Luger.
So WCW International World Heavyweight Championship. It's like it was a World Heavyweight Championship, like by its name. So Flair, Rude, Hiroshi Hayes, don't even know who that is. Hase or whatever. Sting, Rude again, Sting, Ric Flair. Yeah, it's crazy.
Bam Bam Bigelow ever a world champ?
I don't think so. Oh, ECW.
should be.
He was ECW world champion, certainly. Yeah.
Is that a world title though? I've heard like just like a regional title.
It was. I think it's definitely a world championship by the end, and I think it's. I think you make a really good point. I think it's somewhat seen as a world title more than what it was respected at the time. Because if you remember, like when Taz won the ECW World Championship when he was in WWE, and then they had him job to Triple H on like SmackDown that same week and stuff like this. Now you could say they put the ECW champion. I can't remember if Triple H was the world champion at the same time, but like he was against Triple H. It's a world championship caliber level match. But yeah. WCW and WWF at the time didn't want to act like ECW was a world championship, but I think it is. I think ECW World Championship should count. Like the WWE version of it, when Lashley, because look, Vince McMahon won it, right? And so
and Ezekiel Jackson.
Sorry. Well, yeah,
and Ezekiel Jackson.
Well, yeah, Ezekiel Jackson. Like when they put it on Tommy Dreamer at the end, no one thought that Dreamer could have won the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, but it's because of the ECW factor. But like when Lashley had it and the Royal Rumble, whoever won the Royal Rumble that year might have been Batista or whoever. Do you remember like he had to pick a champion? Or was it Undertaker? It was Undertaker.
Pick someone.
It was the Undertaker.
Yes, the Undertaker, and he had to pick someone, and Lashley was there in that lineup, and no one thought that the ECW Championship was going to be the pick, but they gave it a little bit of more prominence.
Yeah, they played the parade. They paraded it around at least.
Yeah,
like it was.
a little bit. Okay, but just before we move on from that, anyone else like who do you think, Sarah G, is the person that's never won a world title that should have done?
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper. Yeah, that's a fair pick.
You do a modern one as well.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, you can do one first if you want.
What, like a modern person that hasn't won a world title that should?
Yeah.
Gosh, who's on the current roster of either WWE or AEW that hasn't? That's even in the round.
I'd say one that comes to my head straight away. That's exactly what I was about to say.
Who's that?
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. Just about. Like, I worry that like he might have his moment coming up at the Royal Rumble next year. That might be where they're going with that. But I feel like other than that potential, I feel like they've missed the boat with him.
Yeah, same.
Like, they had that moment, and quite a few during Roman's reign that lasted forever. Like, I think there was a formula there where Roman was making everyone. Like, everyone wanted to see Drew win. Everyone wanted to see Jay win. Everyone wanted Sammy to win. Everyone wanted Cody to win. Whoever Roman was against, everyone was so pumped for that person to be the one to do it. But it did, except for Kevin Owens. No one ever got fully behind that. Go ahead.
I was just saying I never bought into Sami Zayn in getting it off of Roman. But for me, it was when King of the Ring recently. I remember we was talking about it on here when they had King of the Ring coming up and he could have won it, in Saudi and then gone on to SummerSlam, etc. That would have been perfect for me.
Yeah. I'm just having a look through. Like I'll bring up the roster just so we can quickly scan through this. Like, who hasn't been a world champion?
I want a skill one.
Yeah, what's your old school one, Dave?
An old school one, an obscure one, and I'm going to explain my reason, and I'm going to go because the game's starting. So my one is Ryback.
Ryback.
Oh God.
Okay, what's your
this
reason
is not
for that?
a serious one. Don't worry, I've
Okay.
not lost my senses. So my reason for Ryback is that when that undefeated streak was happening, and he was brought in as the replacement to face Punk that time.
Yeah.
In a Hell in a Cell match, they should have had Ryback steamroll through Punk and win the title just for like a month. Then have Punk win it back again.
Yeah.
They would have been cool.
R-Truth. Oh no, he's been NWA champion. But I'd back R-Truth to win a WWE World title. No, you're right. Let's begin to wrap this up. If you are saying that the football's about to start, so or just starting, in fact. Now, let's find out where we can find everyone on social media. I'll quickly check to see if there's any late breaking news just as we do this. Sarajit, where can the people find you?
You can find me on my Instagram page. It's at Fluffy Cosplayer.
Is it what cosplayer?
Fluffy.
Fluffy Cosplayer.
I thought I heard that right. Okay, awesome.
I like that. That's cool.
KD.
You can find me on KD Comedy Podcast, of course, on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Deezer, wherever you get your podcasts from. They're on there. New episodes every Friday of Squishy Logic, and a new channel starting up, Bonus Plus Extra, with some reacts and some reviews and little things, and yeah, more of that later.
Okay, nice. Dave.
Dagrino on X and David Jervis Green everywhere else. LAPD Improv, my improv group, and I'm doing some improv tomorrow night live in Westcliff-on-Sea at the Balmoral Centre for Bare Cheek Comedy. So follow them for details for their charity show tomorrow night.
Bare Cheek.
Bare Cheek Comedy.
Oh, that sounds saucy. Right, my name is David Pistansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Dave Pistansky. Check out everything Slam Jam Wrestling Show related. Check out Slam Jam's YouTube channel, Facebook page, and of course on X. For me, I'm David Pistansky, and with that, there's not really any other big breaking news. The only news headlines are.
Have you not got a book?
But I do have. I've got several books. They're not really wrestling related, but I'll hold it up anyway. So these Extreme Improv, 2 bigger book of improv games. Thank you for encouraging that plug. But apparently,
you're very welcome.
There's still more rumours that Hulk Hogan's in really bad shape, but apparently he's fine. There's more rumours that The Rock might be at a show, and apparently he won't be. So it's just a slightly slow news week. And with that, until next time, stay safe, always stay streamed, and ciao for now. Boom. And we are off the air.
What were you going to say, Sergi?
Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes are starring in the new Street Fighter movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, we spoke about that a couple of weeks ago on Geek Battle, but yeah.
I'm going to